it's late, but I gotta get this done and over with. What's up, Tyler is back with another review, and this is another current pay-per-view review. This time, thank you, coronavirus, for screwing over WrestleMania 36. Yeah, it's WrestleMania 36. Too big for one night. Anyways, it was supposed to be in Tampa, Florida, and I forgot what the stadium is, but thanks to coronavirus, they had to move it to the Performance Center and in front of nobody. Anyways, it was on March. It was aired on April. It was sorry. It took place technically on March 25th and the 26th, but it aired on April 4th and 5th. And it's technically a Raw, SmackDown, and semi NXT promoted pay per view, but it's not. I'm gonna do two parts instead of two videos, because I don't. Yeah. There's one plus I gotta say. JBL back on the commentary booth for the SmackDown side. Thank God I don't have to hear Corey Graves. So, anyways, let's get to part one. And I'm not doing the pre-show matches. I did not bother with the pre-show. But anyways. And it's those useless women's tag team titles. And it's Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeating the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane. So Alexa and well, it's late. I'm so tired, but anyways, Alexa and Nikki Cross are now the first two-time women's tag team champions, and I don't know, it was decent. And it was decent. I give it a 5. Then we get to one of the matches I don't think should be. This is not a wrestling match. Elias defeats King Corbin. Yeah, last year, Barry Corbin ended Kurt Angle's. Well, he was Kurt Angle's last match. But it makes sense in the storyline because they were feuding, but yeah. And now he's facing Elias. And like feuding with Roman Reigns over freaking dog food. And now he's feuding with Elias because the stupid host said Rob whatever his name is. It doesn't matter what your name is. That's a shit one. Elias wins by pulling the title. JBL saying he cheated. Then we get the next match, and I was like, don't let Shayna win. Don't let Shayna win. And thank God Becky Lynch defeated Shayna to retain her Raw Women's Championship, and she's now holding for 1 year. And I'll talk about it when I get to the second part, but honestly, this was boring, and she dominated this match. And I'm sorry, you are not ready for the main roster. I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Then we get next. Probably the worst match on the first part of this too big for one. Blah 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 blah. Sami Zayn defeats Daniel Bryan to retain his Intercontinental title. That I don't like the new design, honestly. And everything. Fuck Sami Zayn. 2. Yeah, I don't know. Sami Zayn that I'm sorry. He has Enzo Amore go away heat. I'm sorry. Also, this coronavirus screws up the Universal title match. but we got a pretty decent type of match. And this next match, it was supposed to be Miz and Morrison defending against New Day's Big E and Kofi. Big E and Kofi and the Usos, but instead you had Morrison defeating Kofi and Jimmy Uso in a SmackDown Tag Team title match in a one-on-one ladder match. Whatever. 6, I give it, and Morrison got both belts, and it kind of reminds me of the ending of Money in the Bank 5 years ago with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Not, this is the WWE review. It's not Jon Moxley you see now in AEW. It's Dean Ambrose. 6, it was meh. Then we get this. Kevin Owens defeats Seth Rollins in a, well, the first time it was a DQ. Yeah, the first time since WrestleMania 27. Yeah, you remember that shit between Lawler and Cole? Yeah, Seth got himself disqualified for hitting him with the bell, but the match was restarted to a no disqualification match. Why couldn't you make it a no disqualification match when you started? Honestly, I don't think Seth and Kevin Owens had good chemistry. It felt like I was watching their Clash of the Champions 2016 match again. 4 out of 10. Then we get this next match, which it was I kind of liked it. Braun Strowman and Goldberg. Yeah, it was supposed to be Roman Reigns and Goldberg, but I guess health. I don't blame Roman. Health and safety is more important than wrestling. Then they changed it to Braun Strowman, and finally he becomes the new Universal Champion. Goldberg's one of my favorites every time. You get up there. Yeah, why not put Braun Strowman over? And here's my problem. He couldn't beat Brock Lesnar twice. Couldn't beat Roman Reigns inside Hell in a Cell. He couldn't beat Seth Rollins at Clash of the Champions. Worst pay-per-view of in my opinion, worst pay-per-view of the year. But he could beat Goldberg in front of an empty arena. Or an empty performance center. But 5. Then we have my favorite match tonight, but yeah. The Undertaker and AJ Styles in a boneyard match. Which is a buried alive match, but it takes place in a graveyard. There's one thing I like. Undertaker comes out. He drives his motorcycle like, it's kind of funny. He comes out as the biker character. Come on. Survivor Series 2003, that was his last match. In a similar situation when he was the biker character. Probably the best match on part 1, but yeah. And you can tell that was a fake arm AJ Styles lost too. But whatever, it was a great match. The sight of AJ Styles trying to get Undertaker trying to bury Undertaker alive, he comes from behind. You can tell that was edited. Yeah, wrestling can be. Yeah, they pre-recorded that stuff. And 9.5 out of 10, probably the best match on the entire night. And I don't think I like that he came out as the biker character. I got guilty pleasure for the biker character for Undertaker. So yeah. Let's move on to part 2. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do a grade for part 1. I give it a D. So yeah. Then we get the part 2, which we get Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, from NXT. This is for the NXT Women's Health. Okay. I said in my Rumble review, I said they're probably going to do Charlotte versus Becky. No, they did this. I don't get it. To this day, I don't get it. Here's what I should have done. TLC, that was a bad pay for you. You could have done Charlotte and Becky winning the women's titles. You still could do the Charlotte. Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting tired, but anyways, you could still have Charlotte win the women's Royal Rumble, but with the women's tag titles, you could. Hell, I mean, you could have Becky 2 belts and Charlotte becoming the second woman, the second woman's been with Grand Slam. Sorry. You can still do the Becky Oscar match at the Rumble for the Raw Women's title. Instead of, and for saying I challenge you, Becky, for WrestleMania. Instead of, yeah. In 8, I give it. I thought it was a great match, but I don't know. I don't think Charlotte's gonna hold on to that belt. She's probably gonna give it up and have somebody else win it. Next up, Aleister Black defeats Bobby Lashley in a match that should not be on this card. Why was this on WrestleMania? I get it. It was suffered because of the coronavirus. But then again, this was a Raw match. 1. Then we get all this. No, not from the Barnyard show. I'll talk about from the Heavy Machinery team. Defeats Dolph Ziggler. I cannot. Is it just me or I cannot stand Dolph Ziggler? But it was somewhat entertaining. JBL at the end when his man was saying, "What the hell?" or whatever he said. I give it a 6. I thought it was somewhat enjoyable, but I really like this next match. Probably the best match on night 2 or part 2, whatever. Edge and Randy Orton in the last man standing match. 9 out of 10 for night, whatever. The second night of WrestleMania, whatever. Edge, I mean, it's so great to see Edge back in the WWE ring for 9 years. And I really like this last match. I don't like when the heels win, in which Randy Orton was a heel, Edge was a babyface. I prefer heel Orton. But yeah. But Edge was the babyface, and I like when either the faces win or it ends in no contest and it continues on the feud. 9 out of 10, and Edge win with a concerto on top of the NXT truck, and Edge retains. Then we have, oh boy, another piss break. The Street Profits defeats Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Who are these jabronis? A 0, and there's nothing to talk about. This match, trash. Speaking of trash, Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, the worst SmackDown Women's Champion in my opinion, worse than Carmella, and worse than Candice Michelle. Well, no, that was in 2007. I'm gonna get back to the 2007 review series sometime tomorrow. She defeats, well, it was supposed to be Dana Brooke, but she could not. The coronavirus screwed that up. She defeats Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina in a fatal far-away elimination match. This was shit. And this kind of reminds me of New Year's Revolution fight when Lacey Evans pinned Sasha. 1, 2. Bayley did not interrupt the count. Kind of reminds me when Randy Orton was pinning Batista. Triple H said, "Nah, I'm not going to do it." And he went for ego and get back to his World Heavyweight Championship. You know, it's kind of funny. That was my first review last year, actually. I didn't remind. Yeah, I forgot to mention my last WrestleMania review, WrestleMania 35. I forgot to mention the John Cena Elias segment when John Cena came back as Dr. Thugger. No, it's what anyways. But another 0. 2 straight matches in a row get 0s. Now, this match, it's The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena in a Firefly Funhouse match. I kind of like the Boneyard / Buried Alive match better than this match. Wasn't a match. All it was Bray Wyatt playing mind games with John Cena. I don't know. This match was interesting, but it was... I don't know about this. This was bizarre. I'm not going to rate it, though. I don't think it was a match, but... yeah. But we get to this match. Thank God WWE pulled the trigger. Drew McIntyre defeats Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Champion. Thank God. Thank goodness. Drew did it. And he hit with not one, not two, not three, but 4 claymores. Brock he hit them with the first time. 1, 2, kick out. Thank goodness Drew McIntyre is the WWE Champion. I was fearing that. Oh, please don't let Brock win. Please don't let Brock win. Please don't let Brock win. Thank God. They gave it to Drew. I give it a 7. Or I give Night Part 2 C. My overall rating is, I give it a 7 out of 10. It was, well, I hated 32. No, I kind of like 32, actually. I hated 33. Go back to that review. I like 34, and I have a mixed feelings for 35. But, again, this felt tainted because there was no crowd. Also, I forgot to mention my last WrestleMania review. It was the first WrestleMania since 2000, since The Undertaker didn't have a match. This is the first WrestleMania since 23 that Triple H didn't have a match. Oh, who else was Triple H going to fight at WrestleMania 36? I mean, I think it's time for him to call it an in-ring career and just stay as a boss. But anyways, I give it a 7 out of 10. Wow, this went long. But anyways, I'm happy for Drew McIntyre, and I'm happy for Braun Strowman winning the WWE and the Universal titles. But I'm more happy for Drew. Which one I'm happy for? I'm happy for Drew winning the WWE Champion than Braun Strowman, because it was 3 years too late. But hey, he won the World Champion in front of nobody. Anyways, see you later and good night.